right, we are headed to the airport right now. We're kind of taking the city way. There's a lot of traffic on the freeway system here, and since I live on the east side right now, yeah, we can take the Port of Milwaukee route and take all the side streets to the airport. So we are headed to General International Airport. We'll be there in 11 minutes on our way to Atlanta.
Please like and subscribe.
Goals for the trip are really to just have a good time, see what's out there, and meet a few friends and vendors. Friends that are vendors, friends that are in the business as well, and just have a good time. We really do need to go to the Weinig Holzer booth, especially. We have been laying out a potential mill, just looking to get funding for it, and I really got to see some of the new machines that they're quoting me that I've never seen before. I obviously know what they do, but I really need to hone in all the abilities and make sure that it's a good fit for what we're doing. I definitely also want to check out the BSE booth. Really, the BSE booth and the Weinig booth are always my two favorite. But I also just love seeing all the different tooling vendors and also their competition too. Make sure I don't have my blinders on, but there's just so much to see. Especially, I just keep hearing more about automation. So I'm sure the robotics have taken it up another level, and there's just going to be a lot to see. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll take another clip when we get to the airport in 8 minutes.
So this was cool. This is a Cantech edge bander, and if you use solid edge banding, they now have a cartridge feeder like this, so you can stack about 40 to 50 pieces at a time instead of just feeding one piece at a time, which was always a task on an edge bander. Just thought this was a cool clip to show.
I can take I can turn it sideways, right? And I can use that with this accessory. I can go ahead and stabilize the. Go ahead and stabilize. No, you don't have to. Have the little foot there, but it's reversible, so I can turn it around. Back up, lock it down. Right, and then I can use the gripper to.
This next section is going to show 5-axis CNC products and just automated machining, which requires no operators. So this is a cool line from BSE. It's a CNC and sanding cell making MDF doors. Basically, all the operator has to do is forklift on a whole unit of MDF, and the system takes it from there. It pulls the sheet on, machines the parts, pushes the doors off, sends it to the sander. It edge sands, and sands the panel, as you will see. I didn't take a video of the CNC machining just because most people know what that looks like. Another crazy note about this line, talking to one of the salesmen, he says that this line can do roughly 700 doors in a shift. And really, it's just you're taking the doors off the line as they're done and putting them on finishing racks to go to the finisher. The next few clips are just going to be basically showing material handling. I could literally make 100 clips of this, but I try to condense it down into what was relative to our needs. The next few clips are just going to be basically showing material handling. I could literally So this last clip, selfishly, is mostly for showing people at our company the line that we're looking at. So if this doesn't interest you, you can just end the video now, or at the end I will have a few more pictures of other stuff that I didn't take video of that you might enjoy. All right, so what you're seeing here is the start of the line. This is a robot picking boards and feeding it into the line. This is where the whole process starts. After this, the boards get fed through a rip scanner. What that rip scanner is doing is finding the best yield in width. It's scanning for defects like knots, wormholes, checking at the ends, or in the middle of the board. Sounds funny to say this, but the robot that Weinig had in the line, I don't like because it's picking one board at a time. So we really should go with this Jolin brand vacuum lift, which actually lifts the entire row of lumber at a time. So we will need a wider feed chain to accomplish that, but it's literally 8-to-1 on picking of lumber on. So what you're seeing here is the outfeed conveyor after the boards are scanned through the rip scanner, which again is scanning for width. Then it gets kicked over to the rip saw. So this is the inside of the rip saw. This machine had 4 movable blades. I gotta take a couple minutes to explain this. The more blades that we put into this machine that are movable, the better yield you're going to get, because when we send our file in for all the orders that we have and all the different sizes we have, the more sizes we have in there and the more blades that are movable, the better yield and the much lower waste we are going to have. I would not go lower than 3 movable blades on an automated rip saw. If you want, you can send data to Weinig in Germany, and they will do a time study for us to show you the increase in yield that you get with more movable blades. I think 3 to 4 for what we do would be plenty, but it is critical to have at least. All right, so if you take a look at the shop drawings that we have, this line is Z-shaped. So it's gonna, after being ripped, the boards are gonna go through another material handling system like shown here. And then it's gonna go into another combi scan, which is scanning for the best yield in length. Again, that's checking for knots, wormholes, splits, any checking, any drying issues. It can do that as well and chop it out. All right, so I jumped around to another chop saw that they had at the show that moves a lot slower, just so that other chop saw literally goes so fast you can't even see the blade. So this is a good clip to show you what the chop saw is doing. The scrap can fall into a bin, get sent to a grinder, and they have different levels of chop saws. I'm not exactly sure which one we will need yet, but this one seems a little slow to me, but we'll run some numbers and see what makes sense. So the last thing on the line that I zoomed in on is a jet printer. I think that's a must on a line like this. Otherwise, the guys catching are going to have no idea what is coming off the machine. So we do have to print on here. That way we could print, 2 1/4 rip, 2 1/2 rip, 3 1/2 rip, so on and so on. So the product gets put on the right cart. We could also print profile numbers on there too. So that's a must, in my opinion. That'll really keep us organized. Hey guys, if you stuck around to the end and watched our little video there on our rip chop line, or if you skipped ahead to here, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up and follow our channel. And I look forward to bringing you more content in the future. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.